Thank you very much, Professor William Bazayo, Dean. I now invite Professor Jim Fishkin to make a presentation, a short presentation, maybe to be about 6 minutes. Professor Fishkin is a world-class professor at the University of Stanford. He's actually the head of the Center for Deliberative Democracy in that university, and he's moved around the world using this very innovative approach to establishing dialogue, and he will make a 6 minutes presentation, and then we shall have other presentations, about 3, and then we'll discuss. Thank you.
Great. Well, I'm just going to frame the discussion and leave the presentation of the detailed results to my colleagues. And I'm just an advisor to this project. But I developed some years ago this process that I call deliberative polling. And we've done it in countries around the world. You can see a list there. And 21 countries, about 70 projects in various places. And why do we do this? Because it answers the problem, how do you consult the public, the people? You are all experts, stakeholders, advisors. You know a lot about public policy. The question is, what trade-offs would the people buy into, and for what reasons? Now, when you try to consult the public, Baduda and Budaleja each have more than 200,000 people, 220,000 or more. How do you consult 220,000 people? Well, you could do a survey, but if you did a survey, you would get the top-of-the-head impressions of headlines, and people don't normally think a lot about public issues. They know about what affects their families and their lives and their communities a little bit, but they haven't thought about the trade-offs. Social scientists have a word for that. They call it rational ignorance. If I've got one voice in hundreds of thousands or millions, why should I spend a lot of time thinking about public policy? Because I have to earn a living, I have to survive, etc. So you could get a vague impression that people would not have really thought about the issues. If you do a survey, if you hold a meeting, you'll get the people who feel most strongly. And they'll speak up, but they're not going to be representative of the rest of the people, both in terms of who shows up and who speaks. So how can you get something that represents the whole community under conditions where they can really become informed and think about it? And that's the very simple motive behind deliberative polling. That's all it does. We take a good random sample of the community where everybody has an equal chance of being selected. In a way, we create a miniature version of Baduda, the population of Baduda, and a miniature version of the population of Budaleja, where every person had an equal random chance of being selected, and all the different groups and viewpoints and perspectives were represented in that room. We put the whole district in one room under conditions where it could think.